da da da. For me, growing up in America, I'll give you an example. In because I'm from Florida. I'm from Miami. There was something in the '90s called Haitian Day, where if you were so-called Haitian, they would go and get you, jump you, just because of who you were.
Those were Jamaicans doing that. Those were
Ah,
Jamaicans.
nah,
Okay.
I get. There's a lot of stories where people will tell you
Okay.
there was a lot of FBA's doing it too.
No, no, okay. Y'all tell that lie about foundation. That's
So
not in
now
our
it's a lie,
culture.
but I'm telling
Yeah,
you the
that's a lie.
truth. That's weird.
If you try to blow my mind, I don't care.
All right, peace, Black family. So thank you for joining me yet again on another episode of After the Revolution, where we talk about all things revolving around Haitian culture, history, society, and etc. So today's episode will be a little different from previous episodes. Today we're going to be talking about foundational Black Americans and the gaslighting that is taking place. Now, when I'm talking about foundational Black Americans, I'm obviously not talking about the entire ethnic group. I'm not talking about all African Americans. I am talking about a specific group, the ones who have ideologically identified with foundational Black Americans and the gaslighting that is taking place on social media. With that being said, I want to start off by saying that number one, I believe that foundational Black Americans, aka African Americans, deserve reparations. Number two, the wealth was partly built by the free labor that came from African Americans. I say partly because you can go into the Caribbean history and colonization, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. But number three, that there is a debt owed to African Americans and aka foundational Black Americans. So I want to get those things out the way off the rip. Before we even get started in the video, I want to get those things out of the way. So now that we have addressed those three things, I want to deal with the gaslighting that's taking place on social media right now in regards to the Haitian American experience. The first generation Haitians that grew up here in the United States. I want to point out, number one, that Haitians do not live in large majority communities in the United States. So there are a lot of people on social media who have not even came in contact with Haitians in large amounts, but they have opinions about Haitians. For the most part, Haitians live in New York, Florida, Boston. I don't even think, Canada, places like that. I don't even think Haitians fully made it out to the West Coast yet. I do know there are small pockets of Haitians, but for the most part, Haitians are not a large majority of people. So there are people on social media who are just repeating talking points, that they've heard from other foundational Black Americans about Haitians, etc. Moving forward, though, about the gaslighting. Let's first deal with the definition of gaslighting. Gaslighting is basically playing on someone's experience, having someone have to question their own reality by you denying their experience. And so what I see on social media is a lot of Haitian Americans saying things like, well, foundational Black Americans were not very kind to me growing up. We got bullied, we got jumped, a few people got hurt, a few people in my neighborhood got unalived, simply for the fact that they were just Haitian, right? And I see people trying to deny these facts. People who are not even from Miami, Boston, etc., who have not lived in these communities, but yet they have this idea, this utopia that all foundational Black Americans operate in one type of way.
So I want to take the time to read this article from the New York Times titled Miami's New Ethnic Conflict, Haitians versus Black Americans.
Some American blacks tend to look down on Haitians, viewing them as an unsophisticated rabble from one of the poorest countries in the world. The tendency of a few Haitians to cling to religious cults that involve the ritual slaughter of animals, like chickens, only deepens the perception. Doctors at Jackson Memorial say that when some American blacks bring in people for psychiatric treatment, they sometimes describe them as acting Haitian, meaning acting crazily. American blacks also complain that Haitians will take any menial job, sometimes for below the minimum wage, which the Americans say only lowers the standard for all blacks. They'll do anything the man wants, said William Johnson, a black carpenter.
Right? And then there's people who are on social media who are stoking the flames of the conversation of the diaspora wars so they can simply sell you something.
Pharmaceutical soap brands that has your skin feeling dehydrated? I got the answer for you. Try Barvel, an all-natural soap bar. Show love to your skin.
And then these same people will say things like, no, we've always been loving, caring, and supporting of, immigrant people. And then turn around and get caught in their same lie that they were saying that they were always been loving, caring, and etc.
So have we been too inclusive throughout the past few decades?
See, black Americans, we're very unique in that way, where it's kind of like, we never cultured gangbang.
We never cultured gangbang.
We will call them that. Look at that dirty ass Haitian over there. Them niggas hate that shit. They used to hate that. Look at them dirty ass Haitians. I mean, that dirty ass Haitian right there. That's what we used to say to them.
And, we never been tribalistic. These other groups of people, they're very tribalistic. And so when someone comes over to our country, comes to our neighborhoods, our cities, we're not, excluding them out of no. We see, okay, you look like a brother. Like, there's no problem. Like, all right, you Haitian, you Jamaican. All right, cool.
We will call them that. Look at that dirty ass Haitian over there. Them niggas hate that shit. They used to hate that. Look at them dirty ass Haitians. I mean, that dirty ass Haitian right there.
You have to exclude them out because they will take advantage of us, of our kindness, and put themselves on and act like, we was never kind to them.
Look at them dirty ass Haitians. I mean, that dirty ass Haitian right there. That's what we used to say to them.
So you have people out here saying things like Haitians weren't bullied. And this is a part of the gaslighting when people try to deny the experience of first generation Haitians.
The Haitians were often bullied by other children.
They catch a vulnerable Haitian person that's walking to or from class or to or from school, and a mob of kids will jump on them for no reason at all.
See, in those days, because of those things was happening to Haitians on Fridays, they called Haitian Fridays, they would jump the Haitians.
I can recall as a child in Miami how bad it actually got. It got so bad that Louis Farrakhan, the leader of the Nation of Islam, had to come to Miami and actually do a whole lecture on it. All right, the YouTube video is still up. You can go check it out. I remember this as a child.
So when you look at the Haitians, don't you say, here come them damn old boat people. What the hell did you come over on? You act like you flew in.
Louis Farrakhan coming to try to stop some of the issues that was going on in Miami between Haitians and Black Americans. But again, if you're not from Miami, you're not going to know that history. So a lot of people are speaking on the history and gaslighting the history and Haitian people.
Family down in Miami.
You just said you can't speak or say something like that. I'm telling you an experience.
Yeah, that ain't our culture. That's not our culture to jump on no damn people because they're from a different land. That ain't our fucking culture, dude. I don't believe that.
You don't believe it, but I'm telling you what I've experienced.
Because
so you're telling me my experience was a lie.
Yeah, because those people you were dealing with were fellow immigrants, sir. That's who's down there.
Oh, so even though they were saying they're black, they were saying they're Black Americans.
Yeah, immigrants.
You're telling me they're immigrants.
Immigrants say they black a lot. Those were your fellow immigrants doing that.
Even in modern time, even in the 2000s, Haitians were the butt of the jokes of a lot of African American comedians and songwriters, etc. Now, am I saying that, they're bad people, that they have prejudice against Haitians? No, but Haitians were the butt of the jokes. Haitians were the people to talk down on.
You can't rain dance on this picnic, no Haitian voodoo, no headless chickens.
We're not immigration. They can't hear you because they're still shooting at you. Fucking Haitians in a fucking little ass room with fucking guns.
Right. And now you got action figures.
Exactly, which are way too which look way too much like me.
You gotta go with your gut
They nailed it.
Yeah, and we helped them nail it. Me and my kids and my wife helped them nail it, and then they finally did it, and we were like, oh, I don't know if I wanted it to look that much like
Just
me.
make sure no one gets any of your hairs.
Yeah, because then it's on.
Yeah, they can make a voodoo doll.
Yeah, you must be from Haiti or something.
No, but I just joked with my makeup artist and told her I was gonna take her hair.
Even still to this day, you have Haitian children experiencing violence against them simply because they're Haitian.
Is live in Elizabeth with more for us. Phil?
Well, Diana, we spoke to 10 students today, 9 girls, 1 boy. They all say they have been jumped, beaten, attacked senselessly for no apparent reason. The 9 girls say not just by girls. They say they were jumped and punched by boys as well. They say this is all happening because they're Haitian.
Oh my God!
I mean, from Florida all the way to New Jersey, people are still experiencing these anti-Haitian sentiments. And of course, since the Orange Man and FBA, the people who ideologically identify as FBA, have ramped up, of course, things have become more volatile. In conclusion, if you are a Haitian American and you know what you experienced, don't allow anybody to play in your face. Don't allow anybody to gaslight you, because it's really giving off narcissism. It's giving off nationalistic narcissism, okay? Now, this is not a representation by any means of all African Americans or all foundational Black Americans. I am talking about the ones who identify with this movement and who carry these xenophobic, ways of thinking. And then to on the back end say that they've never been xenophobic, that their reaction and delineation is because they have received backlash from Haitian people and African people. It gives real gaslighting, and it's not something even to debate about. I've said this many times. When you experience people like that, put them in the goofy corner and leave them over there, because unfortunately it is no change in their mind. If you're dealing with someone who has narcissistic, nationalistic tendencies, you just leave them over there in the corner. All right. But if you know you experienced that as a Haitian, that doesn't mean carry that into your adulthood. At some point, you got to get over the bullying and etc. Although I do know people who lost their lives because of some of these unfortunate circumstances. But don't allow nobody to play on your intelligence. Live your truth. Speak your truth. If you find African Americans that are cool, rock with them. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the first one to tell you I don't even rock with all Haitians, because I just don't. I'm not down with the cooning at all. But you find, Jamaicans who are cool, African Americans who are cool. Hey, we all African people. But I would be remiss if I don't tell you stand on your square. Don't let nobody play in your face. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't experienced what you experienced, especially if they're not from your city, they're not from your town, and they just painting this broad brush that all foundational Black Americans, all African Americans are the same. And that can be the furthest thing from the truth. Like, all Haitians are not the same, it just is what it is. We can act like our ethnic groups or our lineages are superior to one another, but the same way you have, coons in Haitian culture, you got coons in FBA culture. So don't let nobody stoke the flames of division while also trying to sell you soap and t-shirts and flags and etc. Because that's what this is really about, right? We get the othering going on. We get people othering people and then putting them in a box and then being able to get you riled up and emotional and then sell you something while they get you riled up and emotional, right? So that's really what it is. Again, don't let nobody play on your top. Don't let nobody gaslight you into believing and into knowing what you know is the truth. Again, not one of my usual videos, but, doing something different. I will be covering more things dealing with, Haiti and etc. I just got to get the time to do the videos. Hopefully y'all appreciate the video. Thumbs up, like the video. If you don't like the video, I don't know. Until next time, family. Peace.